Okay, it's Tuesday, and I am gonna post an update that I didn't think I was going to talk about, but I am going to talk about it. It's crazy. I've gotten several messages about struggling, because I don't really talk a lot about what I struggle with, because I don't really struggle with eating issues. Every once in a while thoughts come up. When I was having such a hard time in the worst of the depression after Mom passed, of course I had thoughts that I wanted to eat. Duh. But I don't really struggle with it. And for this last year, I have not been out of my mind struggling and crazy with feeling like I had no control over the eating issues, or that I missed the eating so much that I couldn't stand it. That's all been fine. What I have struggled with, as you know if you've been watching, is the changing size. I wore pre-surgery clothes until the last, about the last 2 months, I guess. I was about 10 months post-op, I suppose. And since I started wearing the smaller clothes, my physical change in appearance has, of course, become blatantly obvious. There's just no getting around it. I think part of the reason that I continued to wear the pre-surgery clothes was so that I wouldn't have to acknowledge it or look at it or accept it, because it was so hard for me to look at and acknowledge where I was before I started this. That process was extremely painful. Any of you probably know when you finally look in the mirror and you have that reality of where you're at and what your weight has done to you physically, it's a hard thing. So dealing with a smaller frame has been, it's been okay. I've done all right with it. I still look sometimes in the mirror and just go, that's like, I just don't recognize myself. And where I'm having the biggest issues with that would be from here up. I have a very definite idea of what I look like. Now I'm able to conjure up what my body now looks like, but I still have that fat image. But this other image that I have of me is what you see. I can hide some loose skin or scars or something like that with a t-shirt or a pair of pants, whatever. I can't really walk around with a bag on my head. And it's not that I'm having a problem with how things are playing out and turning out. It's that I don't really recognize this. This face is not the face that I have in my mind. This face is not the face that I've had for years and years. Now my sister will tell you that I'm beginning to look more like I did before all the trauma and the shit happened that caused me to go into a lot of things that I haven't divulged yet. So I struggle with this a lot. My makeup looks different. My hair looked different to me. And I expected that too, obviously, to some degree. And that's one of the exciting things, right? When you're losing weight and all that, is that you look forward to that whole transformation. And I have been. I think I just didn't realize. I mean, I expected my cheeks to not be so puffy, obviously. I did not really expect for my whole appearance to change. And if you've seen my before photo in my videos, maybe not so much to everybody else. Maybe it's just me, but I just feel like I look completely different. And sometimes that is overwhelming and it's hard. And it's not a matter of whether or not I think I look better or worse or good or bad or beautiful or ugly or any of those things. It's that I look in the mirror and I see a face that I don't recognize. And I see makeup that doesn't look the same, you know, and hair that wasn't the same. So I've been struggling with that. And struggling to accept it, struggling to come to terms with it, and have that new picture in my mind. And so I don't really know how to do that. And so I'm kind of faking it. And it's very upsetting. It's very distressing. I don't know why. It seems ridiculous to me. I've never thought of myself as completely unfortunate looking or anything of that nature, but and I'm not struggling with thinking that it's not really a looks thing. It really is just a matter of not recognizing the person in the mirror. I mean, the change being so drastic. The body change is hard enough for me to deal with and get my head around. But this is changed so much, and this changed immediately. This is something I haven't been able to cover with clothes. And I'm becoming more and more where I'm looking in the mirror more, trying to accept. I don't obsess about anything. But I go from not looking in the mirror for practically 10 months to, I have to go through the process again that I went through before surgery. I have to start looking in the mirror and accepting what I see. And, it's hard for me. It's a rough transition, and I don't know all the dynamics. I don't know what all of the little issues are. But one thing that I did today that I'm feeling really weird about is that I went and I called around. And I need gay men like I need air. Okay? So I needed what I thought I needed. I needed a new stylist. I needed to find a salon. I needed to quit doing my own hair. So I went looking for a gay man, and I found several, all in one spot too, and all of them were busy. But when I talked to him on the phone, they didn't have anything for like 12 days. Was the soonest either of the gay men could get me in. And I was like, well, I don't know. Let me think about it. I'll call you back tomorrow. Because I was just going to call around and see. I'm one of those people who, when I decide to do something, I like to work with people who can work on my kind of, I'm ready to do it now schedule. Because 12 days from now, I could have canceled that appointment. I did. Anyway, he goes, well, what's going on, girl? Because when I called, I said, I need a gay man. I said, that's all I can tell. When he asked me about the stylist I wanted, I was just like, I need a gay man. And so he laughed so hard. He was so happy that I was just like honest about it. He was like, so you just tell me what's going on, girl. So I did. I told him I had a lap band done a year ago. I lost 180 pounds and I need help. So, and I said, I don't know what I need. I don't know what hair to do with this face. I don't know. And so he said, girl, he says, you come in. I got a great lady here. So he hooked me up with a lady named Rose, who was actually exceptional. I loved her. She was great. And she sat with me, and he asked me to bring my before photo in. And I did. And she sat with me, and we went over different styles and cuts, and she wanted me to cut it a lot shorter than I let her, but I'm not quite ready for that. But I don't know if you can see all the different colors. God, it was great. She did such a beautiful job. I love it. And